For many people living with alpha-gal, the questions go far beyond the grocery store or the dinner table. Now, some patients are wondering what else they should avoid. Ashley Berry shows us why doctors say that some of those answers are still evolving.
People don't understand how socially isolating this is.
For those living with alpha-gal syndrome, avoiding steak or a hamburger is often the easy part. Doctors say the tick-borne illness has become increasingly common, leaving patients with a lot of questions.
More concerning symptoms that you see with alpha-gal are based off of mammalian meat ingestion.
While an allergy to red meat and dairy is most often associated with alpha-gal, some patients wonder if everyday products could be harmful. For esthetician and spa owner Michelle Rose, the diagnosis brought more than a change in eating habits.
My arms would constantly just break out in hives. My neck and my chest would break out in hives.
After Rose's diagnosis, she says she started paying closer attention into everyday products like these. But doctors say the science behind these suspected triggers is still evolving.
Careful to make sure that we don't outpace what the science world knows. And to be quite honest with you, a lot of these sort of reports, there's just not enough evidence in the literature to confirm them.
While some products and medications can contain mammal-derived ingredients, Dr. Seth Knight says the evidence still points to red meat as the main trigger. Still, Rose says she's committed to helping clients navigate the condition and hopes her story helps others feel less alone.
I'm trying to educate them mostly because, especially with skincare, I feel like for a lot of people it's hard enough.
Whether it's skincare, medications, or other everyday products, Dr. Knight says if a product is clearly causing a reaction, he recommends avoiding it. In Springfield, Ashley Berry, KY3 News.